Transitioning through perimenopause and menopause causes our bodies to change in so many different ways. Maybe you're experiencing hot flashes, you're waking up in the middle of the night, you're dealing with brain fog, your mood feels different, your waistline is changing, or your joints don't feel the same. On today's show, we'll discuss the important role estrogen plays throughout the body, including our bones, cardiovascular system, brain, and metabolism. Because when estrogen begins to fluctuate, your body needs additional support. So friend, if you're ready to discover 5 areas you can focus on to support your health as estrogen changes and help relieve those hormonal symptoms, then grab a notebook and pen and let's dive in. Hey friend, welcome to Integrative Medicine for Energy and Health. Are you struggling with low energy, excessive weight, chronic fatigue, imbalanced hormones, or body aches and pains that are robbing you of enjoying life? If you're ready to take the guesswork out of living a healthier life, you're in the right place. Hi, I'm Rekishia. I'm a mom, honorably retired Air Force veteran, award-winning author, social worker, and Christian alternative medicine provider. For years, I tried improving my health through conventional medicine and nothing worked until I finally found a simple strategy that was easy and fun. This podcast will provide you with natural ways to increase energy, lose weight, regulate hormones, and improve your mood. If you're ready to live, look, and feel better, grab your favorite cup of herbal tea and let's jump in. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Integrative Medicine for Energy and Health. I'm your host, Dr. Rekishia McMillan. If this is your first time joining me, I want to personally welcome you. And to those of you who listen week after week, thank you for being a part of this growing community of women who are committed to understanding their bodies and improving their health. One of the conversations I have again and again with women is, I don't understand what is happening to my body. A woman may tell me, I've never had trouble sleeping before. Why am I suddenly having hot flashes? Why am I gaining weight when I haven't changed the way I eat? Why am I so tired? Why can't I concentrate? Why does my body feel different? And sometimes the instinct is to treat every symptom separately. A sleep problem gets treated as a sleep problem. Weight gain becomes a weight loss problem. Brain fog becomes a brain problem. Hot flashes become a menopause problem. But I want us to take a step back and look at the bigger picture, because sometimes these symptoms are not completely separate. They may be occurring within the context of a major hormonal transition. And one of the hormones we need to understand is estrogen. Estrogen isn't just one hormone. It's a family of hormones. Estradiol, or E2, is the strongest and most prominent form during our reproductive years. As we move through menopause, estradiol decreases and estrone, or E1, becomes the predominant form. So when we talk about estrogen during menopause, we're really talking about changes in several estrogen hormones, not simply estrogen being turned off. One important nuance to note is that estradiol doesn't completely disappear after menopause, and the body continues to produce estrogen in smaller amounts through other pathways. In simple terms, estrogen helps regulate your menstrual cycle and reproductive health, protect your bones, support your heart and blood vessel health, influence mood, memory, and brain function, support muscle and body composition, influence metabolism and how your body stores fat, as well as support skin, hair, and vaginal urinary health. As women move through perimenopause and menopause, estrogen production can become more variable and eventually decline. That's why changes in sleep, temperature regulation, mood, body composition, periods, and other systems can occur. Estrogen isn't just a reproductive hormone, it's a whole body hormone that communicates with your brain, bones, heart, muscles, metabolism, and more. Now, not every symptom a woman experiences is caused by low estrogen, and not every woman needs estrogen replacement. What I'm saying is that estrogen is an important part of the conversation. And once we understand that, we can stop asking, "What's wrong with me?" and start asking, "What is changing inside my body and how can I support it?" That shift in perspective is powerful. Now I'll share 5 ways you can support your body as estrogen changes. Number 1, support estrogen activity through phytoestrogen-rich foods. One of the most interesting areas of research involves phytoestrogens. Phytoestrogens are naturally occurring compounds found in plants that can interact with estrogen receptors. They're not the same thing as the estrogen produced by your body. Foods that contain phytoestrogens include soybeans and soy foods, flaxseed, lentils, chickpeas, sesame, and some fruits. Let's talk about soy and estrogen because I know some women have expressed concerns about soy. Soy contains natural plant compounds called isoflavones, often called phytoestrogens. But phytoestrogens are not the same thing as human estrogen, and eating soy simply doesn't mean you're adding estrogen to your body. These compounds interact with estrogen receptors in different ways, which is why we call them estrogen modulating. For most women, moderate amounts of whole or minimally processed soy foods can fit into a healthy diet. The key is understanding your individual health needs rather than automatically shying away from soy. A 2025 review entitled Natural Strategies to Optimize Estrogen Levels in Aging Women examined evidence on dietary phytoestrogens and found that soy isoflavones and flaxseed lignans may have benefits for certain menopausal symptoms. Because when estrogen levels decline, your body is operating in a different hormonal environment. The review also discussed a 12-week randomized trial in which a low-fat vegan diet supplemented with soybeans was associated with a substantial reduction in severe hot flashes. Simply start with food by asking the question, how can I add more whole phytoestrogen-rich plant foods to my diet? Try incorporating foods such as edamame or tofu if soy works well for you. Ground flaxseed, lentils, chickpeas, sesame seeds, and a variety of colorful vegetables and fruits. I enjoy having at least 2 of these phytoestrogen-rich foods in my diet daily. Add these foods to your salads or your smoothies. And one of my favorite food hacks is using 2 to 4 tablespoons of ground flaxseed as an egg substitute when I'm making meatloaf or meatballs. Think food first, diversity first, and consistency first. Number 2, support the estrogen-gut connection. It's important to understand that your gut and hormones are connected. Researchers have identified what is sometimes called the estrobolome, the collection of gut microbial genes involved in estrogen metabolism. Your gut bacteria participate in the recycling and processing of estrogen through the body. Because estrogen doesn't simply enter your bloodstream and disappear. The body metabolizes estrogen, meaning that your body processes estrogen so it can use it, change it, and eventually remove what it doesn't need. And some estrogen metabolites can be excreted into the gut and potentially reactivated and reabsorbed. Changes in gut microbiota may influence circulating estrogen levels. Your gut microbiota is like a tiny ecosystem living inside your digestive system. These microorganisms help break down food, interact with your immune system, and influence many aspects of your health. One 12-week randomized controlled trial study found that a probiotic containing Lactobacillus brevis maintained higher serum estradiol and estrone levels compared with placebo. Now, this doesn't mean that you need to run out and buy a probiotic. Start with food as medicine. Feed your microbiome. That means focusing on vegetables like broccoli, spinach, carrots, or sweet potatoes, fruits like berries, apples, oranges, and pears, legumes that include lentils, chickpeas, or black beans, and whole grains like oats, quinoa, or brown rice. Include fiber-rich foods like chia seeds, flax seeds, and almonds. And remember plant diversity. Don't eat the same 5 plants every day. Give your gut a variety of colors, textures, and types of plants throughout the week. Your gut bacteria needs something to eat too. This is one reason why I keep coming back to whole food nutrition. You aren't just feeding yourself, you're feeding an ecosystem. Number 3, don't just chase estrogen, build a stronger body. Exercise is not necessarily about trying to increase your estrogen level. Did you know that intense physical activity can reduce circulating estradiol, particularly with higher intensity exercise? The goal shouldn't simply be, how do I get my estrogen number higher? Your goal should be, how do I keep my body strong and metabolically healthy as my hormones change? Because estrogen decline is associated with changes in bone and body composition, and exercise can support your muscles, bones, cardiovascular health, metabolic health, balance, strength, and physical function. Exercise improves bone mineral density across multiple skeletal sites in postmenopausal women. So movement gives you benefits that don't depend entirely on estrogen. Find movement you can do consistently. When estrogen changes, I don't want you to think you need to exercise harder. It's about moving smarter. Functional movement trains your body for real life. We're talking about squatting, pushing, pulling, carrying, walking, reaching, and balancing. These movements help us maintain muscle, support our bones, protect mobility, and stay strong and independent as our hormones change. Physical activity, particularly resistance and weight-bearing exercise, helps address some of the health consequences associated with declining estrogen, including loss of muscle and bone. The goal is building a body that you can carry well through the next decades of your life. Number 4, support your nervous system. Your nervous system and endocrine system are constantly communicating. Chronic stress can affect sleep, mood, appetite, digestion, and overall quality of life. Stress management isn't just let's make you feel calmer. It's part of creating an environment where your body can function well. This doesn't have to be complicated. Try supporting your nervous system with these 3 methods: box breathing, grounding, or forest bathing. When your hormones are changing, your body may feel like you're constantly under pressure. Box breathing gives you a simple way to pause and communicate safety to your body. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. You're not trying to control your hormones with your breath. You're giving your nervous system a moment to slow down, settle, and reset. If holding your breath feels uncomfortable, dizzy, or anxiety-provoking, don't force the 4-count pattern. You can simply use slow, comfortable breathing with a slightly lower exhale instead. Start with just 3 to 5 rounds. If that feels comfortable, gradually work your way up to 5 to 10 rounds. You don't need to force it. The goal is slow, comfortable breathing, not taking the biggest breath possible. Another technique is grounding. Grounding can mean intentionally connecting with your surroundings and bringing your attention out of racing thoughts and into the present moment. Simple examples are walking barefoot on the grass or sitting outside, placing your hands on a tree or another natural surface like a large stone. Notice 5 things you see, 4 things you feel, 3 things you hear, and 2 things you smell, and 1 thing you taste. Sit quietly outdoors and take several slow breaths. Grounding is simply giving your brain permission to slow down and reconnect with the present moment. Step outside, feel your feet on the ground, notice what you see and hear, and take a few slow breaths. You don't have to make it complicated. Forest bathing is another way to give your nervous system a break. You don't need a strenuous hike. Simply spend 10 to 20 minutes in a natural setting, slow down, put your phone away, and engage your senses. Notice what you see, hear, smell, and feel. You're creating space for your body and mind to move out of constant stimulation and into a more restful state. Remember, we're not trying to control estrogen with a breathing exercise, grounding, or a walk in the woods. You're supporting the systems that help your body adapt to stress while your hormones are changing. Number 5, don't normalize chronic insomnia. If you're in perimenopause or menopause and your sleep has changed, I don't want you to simply say, well, I guess this is what happens when you get older. Sleep disturbances are extremely common after menopause. Insomnia occurs in nearly 60% of postmenopausal women. There is a key connection between sleep fragmentation, cortisol, and estrogen regulation. And think about that cycle. You don't sleep well, you're tired the next day, your energy drops, you may crave quick energy foods, you don't feel like moving, your mood suffers, and now you're dealing with another layer of challenges. Sleep matters. Sleep is one of the most important foundations for supporting your body through changing estrogen levels. Start by anchoring your circadian rhythm. Get natural morning light, move your body during the day, keep a fairly consistent wake and bedtime, and reduce bright light and stimulation in the evening. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and comfortable, especially if night sweats or temperature changes are disrupting your sleep. Then create a simple 20 to 30-minute wind-down routine that tells your nervous system the day is over. Turn off your work and stimulating screens, dim the lights, take a warm shower, pray and read, and practice 3 to 5 rounds of slow breathing. Also pay attention to caffeine, alcohol, and heavy meals close to bedtime. Your goal is to create consistent signals of awake during the day, safe and ready for rest at night. Here's a bonus tip for you. What about herbs and supplements? Rather than looking for a supplement that simply increases estrogen, we want to nourish the systems that are affected as estrogen changes, especially bone, muscle, brain, heart, and nervous system health. That may include nutrients such as vitamin D, magnesium, calcium when needed, and omega-3s, while phytoestrogen-rich foods can be a part of a balanced diet. So let's wrap it all up. We started by talking about why estrogen is more than a reproductive hormone. Then we talked about 5 ways to support your body as estrogen changes. Number 1, food. Incorporate nutrient-dense phytoestrogen-containing whole foods. Number 2, gut health. Support your microbiome because your gut participates in estrogen metabolism. Number 3, movement. Don't simply chase estrogen. Build strong muscles, bones, cardiovascular health, and metabolic health. Number 4, stress. Your nervous system and endocrine system communicate. Give your body opportunities to slow down. And number 5, sleep. Don't normalize chronic insomnia simply because you're in menopause. And finally, when it comes to supplements, use discernment. The goal isn't to simply increase estrogen. The goal is to support the whole woman as her hormonal environment changes. So here's your action step for this week. I want you to do a 7-day estrogen support check-in. What that means is you are observing the 5 areas that we discussed, making sure that you're eating phytoestrogen-rich foods, monitoring your gut health, ensuring that you're providing the support that it needs, integrating movement into your lifestyle, ensuring that you're supporting your nervous system, and establishing a sleep regimen to support your body. And remember, you're just observing as you're going through your 7-day estrogen support check-in. Remember that you're just observing because awareness comes before change. Friend, if today's conversation gave you a new perspective on your health, don't stop here. I invite you to join me for my monthly Women's Hormone Workshop, where we take these conversations deeper and I answer your questions live. Join me on August 29th by signing up in the show notes. Or if something you heard today resonated with you and you're wondering what may be contributing to the way you're feeling, I invite you to take my free 5-minute wellness assessment. It can help you take a closer look at your energy, hormones, metabolism, lifestyle, and overall wellness and give you a starting point for your next step. Go to wellness-check.us. That's wellness-check.us to take your free assessment. And if you're ready for deeper support after completing your assessment, you'll also have an opportunity to learn about my 90-day wellness reset, where I help women turn what they're learning into practical, sustainable wellness habits with structure, support, and accountability. Remember, wellness isn't about perfection. It's about understanding your body, making informed choices, and consistently caring for the woman God created you to be. I'll leave you with Isaiah chapter 40, verse 31. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint. Hey friend, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If so, would you take 30 seconds and share it with a friend who may want to have more energy and improve their health naturally? Also, I would love it if you could leave a quick review for the show on Apple Podcasts. It blesses me tremendously to know that this podcast is helping you. Alrighty then, it's time to go make a protein shake and go for a hike. No more days of feeling tired and drained. I'll see you in a few days for another episode. God bless.